So this technique is called front scissors, because I'm kind of scissoring my legs to take them forward. So punch comes in, I go underneath the armpit, I step in. Now my spine now is in line with the side of his body. I kneel on my left leg because I'm going that way forward. Then once I'm here, I let go with my left hand to support myself. My right leg then comes through, my back of my knee goes to the back of his knee, and I use my hips to flick and drop that thing forward. And we've got two finishes. Junior version, you push the leg away, give him a kick and roll away. Senior version, you keep that leg there, you bring our knee over onto the ground outside, bring our left leg to the other side, and then we come forward, putting pressure on his calf, his hamstring, and the back of his knee. If we manage to get all the way up, I'll just loosen the tension off, manage to get all the way up, and you can just punch him in the back of the head. From here, his leg is kind of pushing you backwards, so I use that as a start of a backwards roll to come away from my opponent to finish. So that's front scissors. So we're going to talk a little bit about where people get it wrong and why it sometimes fails. And the main reason it fails is because they lie on the ground and use their ankle to pull their opponent over. So I'll show you that one. This is the wrong way to do it. They get to here correctly, they kneel down correctly, they let go correctly. Then they fall backwards and they're using their ankle now to try pull him forward with your hamstring. You won't be able to do it with your hamstring. You just haven't got the power. You've got to get him starting to move, and we do that with the hip and the back of the knee to move that hip forward, and then once he starts to move, we can get him over. So what should he look like? He should look like this. I sometimes teach people to look at their opponent first, because that changes their angle. It stops them lying on the ground, and then you bring through. You go knee and hip, so leg and hip at the same time. It starts the hip moving. Once the hip starts moving, you can use that momentum to start him moving forward. Front scissors. Anything else on front scissors? Only the wrist thing. Okay, let's just do one bit on the wrist thing. Finish off. So a more advanced bit you can put on this technique is to give your opponent something else to think about whilst you're doing the throw, and that will be a wrist lock. So he comes in with a punch, we block, slide the hand along and grab the wrist, then we crank it, and I'm pushing up quite hard now, getting up onto his toes, then I step underneath, and then I let go with my hands and drop to my left knee. Then I hook through, take him over. So I'll do that again. I'm not going to do it full speed, but I'm going to flow with the technique, like it should look like, but a little bit slower. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In. So if you're doing an intermediate or certainly an advanced version of that technique, that's what I would expect to see, is just to block and slide, crank that wrist, get him up on his toes, and then drop in nice and quick and finish the technique off. That's called front scissors.